I have a very special guest on the Full Circle today. He is an extremely talented photographer, taking photos all around the world with musicians including Softplay, Kate Nash, Kneecap, amongst a whole load of others. He has achieved so much at such a young age, including playing the drums at the iconic other stage with Softplay at Glastonbury. An absolute honour to have him on the Full Circle today. His name is Jude Harrison. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Jude.
Hello, mate. You all right? Wow,
Good, thanks.
thank you very much.
No, honour. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. How are you?
Of course, yeah, I'm good. I'm all good. I've had a bit of a slow start to my day, but I'm feeling relatively awake now. It's 2 p.m. So yeah,
Nice. Amazing. So yeah, so Jude's gonna share. We're gonna talk about his full circle song choices. Gonna answer some would you rather questions. Just take part in some features and just have general chat in between as well. So Jude, what I want to hear from you is, I guess most people here listening or watching will probably know who you are, but it'd be useful to get like a brief summary, I guess. But also if you can share a fun fact that not many people know about you.
well, I mainly shoot music, do a lot of videos as well as photos. A fun fact about me is I am pretty much obsessed with old video technology. It fascinates me, and I wish that I was around to experience it when it all came out, and that's why I'm so interested in it. Is that fun? I don't know. Maybe that's just nerdy, so I'm not sure.
No, that's fun. That's fun. What sort of video technology are you sort of talking about?
Uh, when it went from analog to digital, that sort of time, a lot of the cameras that I shoot on are from, well, they're older than me. Um, just that sort of era, I think it's got quite a defining look that I really am fond of, and I use it quite a lot in my work. So, yeah, all that stuff I'm really into.
Nice. Do you think there's too much technology now? Do you think there's too much like of that, or do you think actually no, it's not an issue?
Nah, I think it's all right. I mean, I think that there is a limit to how much you need in terms of like quality, but you can set it for anything. Everything is expanding, isn't it? So, but I feel quite at home using camcorders and like older tech. So for me personally, that's just what I always I at least try and stick to, along with mixing with other medias as well. But I always try and have that in my work as well if I can. The older bits.
Nice. And I guess because you know you do a lot of photography, a lot of video for musicians. How did you get yourself into that? Into that scene to begin with. How did you get yourself there?
Well, if I go right back, I started. So I still make skate videos, but that was where it sort of started. I'm from Tunbridge Wells, so I was making lots of skate videos there. I had at the time dropped out of college and dropped out of school, and how did it happen? Oh yeah, so Isaac Coleman from Softplay, that band was on a hiatus at the time. Um, and he was doing a side project called Baby Dave, which is amazing. Highly recommend check it out if you haven't. Um, and it's quite a small town. Everyone sort of knows everybody. And I was always in the center of town shooting skate, and he went past us like numerous times. And then at some point, an Instagram story went out asking for somebody locally to film with an old camera, DIY style video. Felt pretty perfect. My friend sent it to me. Didn't actually know Isaac at the time, but um, and then I got in touch, and Isaac had said, "Yeah, seen you filming skating. That'd be perfect." And then from there, after doing like one or two like really DIY but great, sorry, terrible but great videos, uh, I started working with bands that he was mates with. Ladybird, I don't know if you know that band. Great local punk band, Tunbridge Wells, disbanded now, rest in peace. But um, and that was all at the local venue, the Forum. So it all started from that really. And I just kept shooting local bands at Tunbridge Wells Forum, friends bands, and I guess I sort of would like bands would message me and just ask, "Hey, can you just like come and just film like two tunes at our gig?" And I was really like keen for it. I was like raring to go. Do you know what I mean? It was like such a passion at that time that I would just go and film pretty much anybody just with my skating camera set up. And then I guess after a little while, it just started to grow and grow and grow. And I think like the real like breaking point where I feel like I got sort of my little break to really get out there was I was shooting a band called Julie, who at the time are my favorite band. I absolutely love that band. And that was just through Instagram DMs. And they had come to London, and I met a director called Tommy on that stage, just backstage, and we got chatting. And he does some really big artists, does some really great things in the industry and other industries as well. Really talented guy, and he sort of took me under his wing and showed me the ropes, and and I was about 17, 18 at that time, so it's all very new to me. So I kind of fell into it, to be honest with you. I wasn't aiming to do anything in music at all, really, other than playing drums. It's in bands for fun. I really was focused on being a skate filmer. That was like, and it still is, kind of like, if I can make that happen, it'd be amazing. So yeah, it all started from that, and then like really by the luck of God, Isaac from Softplay came through and gave me an opportunity. And luckily we just got on like a house on fire, and we still work together today. So yeah, really lucky for that moment, to be honest. It's like a weird universe colliding moment. I don't know. It was just super random and like worked out perfect. So yeah.
Incredible. That what a story. And yeah, you've been on tour with them, you've been all around the world with them, haven't you? How do you feel about just being with just going all around the world and doing your passion and doing what you enjoy? I mean, it must be such an incredible experience and feeling.
Yeah, it's great. When I started doing tours, and bear in mind, I've only been doing touring for maybe 1.5 years. Still like a relatively new part of shooting music in the scheme of things in my life and stuff. But um it was like massively exciting. And I guess it's all I wanted to do at the time was be on the road and really just like shooting mates, like so lucky to be able to work with friends. And yeah, I mean, it's a new gig every night, really. Like it's even if, for example, on a Kate Nash tour, it's the same set for however long. It's a new vibe every night. I love waking up somewhere different, meeting new people, doing my little routine, checking the stage and setting up, and like yeah, I get like a really good feeling out of it. And I come home feeling quite good about myself and like positive, and like I've, been like busy, and like I like to be busy, like staying on top of things. And yeah, if it makes you feel good, I feel at probably my most happy when I'm away working, I'd say. Because I really feel like I'm doing what I wanted to do. I'm like, I'm getting there, still a long way to go in that respect with touring. Haven't been to America yet. Um, Lots of things that I'd like to do, but going well thus far. So
Is a tour in America on the cards?
I don't know. It's very expensive. I mean, to be honest with you, the music industry is in a bit of a state at the moment anyway. And for a band to bring you to America, obviously there's got to be a visa there, which is just a large sum of money anyway, on top of the fact that they need their own visas and to bring all the equipment. And you also, there's some people which you can't not bring. You need a guitar tech, you need a tour manager, you need a sound man. You don't need a photographer, as much as I'd hate that to say that, but that's the reality. So I think there's a fine line of what level you are as a band where you can bring a full crew to America. And I just haven't had the opportunity yet, but hopefully in the next year I can do that. That'd be amazing. I'd love to go to New York, really. So just I don't think I'd go without it being work anyway. I don't think I'd just go and travel there. So I'm just waiting for the right opportunity to come up to go and check it out.
Okay. Okay. Well, fingers crossed it happens sooner rather than later and you can
Have you been
experience
to America?
I have been to America. Yeah, I've been a few times now. I actually went when I was younger to New York, in 40-degree heat, and it was like absolutely it was so hot, but it was just such an incredible experience, and seeing the Statue of Liberty, Empire State Building, all that sort of stuff. It was so busy, but it was really, really good. And yeah, this year we actually went to Las Vegas and did like Grand Canyon and saw all those sort of landmarks. And yeah, definitely a spectacle. I know there's some issues happening in America at the moment, but I think the place itself, like it is a sight, and it definitely is worth checking out at some stage if you
Yeah.
can, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I will try to. I toured with this band from New Orleans recently, and, they were speaking pretty highly and not pretty highly, but I would love to go. Um, New York is the main place I'd like to check out, just for photography, really. I know it's a pretty bit of a cliche, but don't really care. I'd still love to go and do it and go and skate there and hang out and, I've got some friends that are there.
I'm sure you'll do it. I'm sure you'll get there.
One
Right,
day.
let's begin with your first song. What's your first song that you've chosen for the full circle?
My first tune is "Ugly Brunette" by Horse Jumper of Love, and I love this tune. It's one of the first songs on my playlist on Spotify. It goes right back to, yeah, when I first downloaded Spotify, started exploring my music, finding the sounds that I liked. And that's my first one.
Nice. I must admit, I've not heard that. Ugly Brunette, Horse Jumper of Love. Is that, have I said that correctly?
That's right. Yeah, yeah. We with my band, we were lucky enough to support them when they came to the UK in Liverpool, which is a pretty weird experience thinking back of it because we really, really love that band. So yeah, it's a good tune, pretty special. I recommend checking it out.
Nice. That's the first song, and obviously it'll be on a playlist, so you can listen to that on the episode description and hear that out. Because yeah, I'm always an advocate for new music and just checking out bands. And yeah, shall we? I tell you what, let's link that. Let's link that straight to the second song, because I think it'll be interesting to see what your link is to the second
Ah,
song.
The Clouds Will Drop Ladders by Valium Agaline. I think I'm saying that right. The link is that Horse Jumper of Love supported a band called Duster, and Valium Agaline is a side project of Duster. It's like a weird space rock side project of another band, which is equally a little bit strange. But yeah, it's quite atmospheric. I've actually bought the record recently, but record player's broken, so I can't actually check it out. But still great on Spotify, so I recommend. It's quite a long tune, but it's good to like go on a walk too. I guess I don't know. Like it's quite like wintry. I don't know. It's cool. Check it out.
Nice. When the Clouds Will Drop Ladders by Valium Agaline, the second song on the full circle. What sort of just go back to Horse Jumper of Love. What sort of music are they?
It's kind of like emo, but not really. It's not emo. It's not shoegaze either, but it's kind of shoegazy. It's I don't know. I wonder what Google says about them. That's the best bet. I don't know how to describe it. I'm sure there's literally a genre name for them. They combine elements of slowcore and little tiny bit of emo and some rock, and some sort of grungy elements as well. Um,
Yeah, the genres. Yeah, yeah. I just did a cheeky little look. Yes, slowcore, slacker rock, and shoegaze. Apparently,
all right, well, that works. I think I did a decent job. Sam.
nice. Okay, we'll talk later on. We'll obviously talk about you on and your drumming at Glastonbury. But I want to start with answering some would you rather questions.
Yeah, cool. Go shoot.
Okay, so hopefully these are going to be quite difficult for you. But if they're straightforward, they're straightforward. Right? Would you rather
Have I got a moment to reply? Have I got a time limit? Is there a buzzer going or something?
no time limit, and I want you to think about it. I'd want you to sort of think about the two options and why, what the pros and cons are, and like why you've chosen this one or why this one might be. So no time limit. Just take as long as you need.
Cool.
Would you rather never be able to take any more photos again, or delete all your photos you've taken forever?
It's too easy. Just delete them all. Get rid of them. Put them in the bin. Do they go from everywhere, or just from?
They're gone.
Yeah, yeah. I just bin them off. The only way is up.
But you've already taken so many great photos. Won't you miss them, or won't you be like, oh man, like,
Yeah, it would suck, but the other option's even worse. I'd take. I mean, where's my out of arm's reach? I take a camera with me quite literally everywhere I go, even if I'm just going to the shop across the road, just in case I find something worth shooting. So I could not. Yeah, I don't think I could get rid of that. That would be pretty saddening.
fair enough. Yeah, no. RIP to the photos then. Okay.
What about
Would you
you?
rather
All your podcasts you've ever done, or never be able to? What was the question? How do I flip on to you and your podcast? What would you rather do?
What, delete all my podcast episodes
Yeah.
or never be able to? That's
Yeah,
tough
have
because
you
like
done all the ones you want to do yet? That's the question, isn't it? Have you done everything you want to do in this field yet? Can't have done.
now you've said it. Do you know what? Now you've said it like that. That's a very, very good point. But then I'm deleting episodes that I do look back on fondly and like, oh, I like that. I like that. I'd have to delete this episode.
Yeah, that's all right. No one's gonna listen to it anyway.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, now you've said that, I probably would. I probably would have to, as much as I'd hate to do, I probably would have to delete the episodes because I'd want to carry on. Yeah, good point. Yeah, you got me. Okay. Would you rather play every single musical instrument or know every single language?
Know every single language. I feel pretty terrible going to other countries and having to expect people to speak English. I feel like a terrible person. I know it's probably a cliche, but yeah, I just feel like rude and I feel entitled and I feel like an idiot. And it would be so cool to be able to actually properly vibe with people abroad that maybe like when the language barrier is just slightly, it's like a little bit too much to actually really have a proper in-depth conversation, sort of on like kind of small talk basis. I like the idea of actually meeting people and just being able to chat anywhere because you meet some really cool people. Every instrument would be amazing, but I'm pretty I think it'd be harder to learn every language than it would be to learn every instrument. And also I love playing the drums too much to I think I wouldn't stop playing the drums anyway. So yeah, yeah.
Fair. Can you speak other languages?
Nah, nah. I also did French in school, but I dropped out of French when I was like 15, 14, 15, which is a stupid decision. But at the time, I just thought I'm not going to need to know that, which is so small-minded of me. But obviously, I was a child. But yeah, I can't speak anything else. I can get by. I've been to like Europe enough where I can get by like a little bit, but it's still sort of slips into a bit of English with a French accent, which is pretty awful. Which is the classic British thing to do, sort of wave your hands about a little bit and try and get get your point
Yeah.
across. Yeah,
Yeah. Classic.
yeah.
I mean, lots of people use that. Is it Duolingo? Lots of people use that app,
My
don't they?
girlfriend's on that every night.
What's
Yeah.
she learning?
I don't remember. Maybe French. Maybe French. I don't know. She did some sort of language course at university as well. I'm not going to say which one because I can't remember because I'm a terrible boyfriend. I don't remember.
She won't listen.
She won't listen anyway. It's fine. She doesn't care. But yeah, she does Duolingo every night. I think it's a good idea, but I'm terrible at routine, so I just wouldn't do it. Even if I had the notes on my wall, I just wouldn't do it. So there you go. It's not going to
Fair
happen. I'm
enough.
trying. Yeah.
Fair. Okay. This one's completely random, but I think both of these are not very nice. So I think this one is going to be tough. Would you rather have smelly feet or bad breath?
Smelly feet. I skate anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Bad breath would be terrible. Anytime I met a client, I'd have to sort of wear a COVID mask or something. Yeah, I would rather my feet stank on the daily.
Are you suggesting that all skateboarders have smelly feet?
I'd say it's likely that we all have our moments, but having really bad breath, I feel like is actually be hard to like sort of have any sort of respect. I mean, if your breath was ponging for eternity everywhere you went, imagine trying to just like get a drink at a pub, and the person working behind the bar was just sort of involuntary reaction. You'd feel terrible.
That's true. Yeah, that's probably what I would go for as well.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but I'd always be a bit conscious about my feet smelling as
You
well.
could just
But yeah,
spray it. Be alright.
that's
Couple
true.
med box spray. Maybe like throw a couple mints down there or something. Mint spray.
It's a good shout. Would you rather have to shout all the time or only whisper all the time?
Shout all the time. I think that's a case of would I mind annoying people or people not here or people not listening to me? I'd rather annoy people I'd rather be just a really loud person. It's become a thing where everyone would have to be like, sorry about him. He's just got a problem where he has to shout really loud, and it be quickly accepted. But if everyone had to sort of like lip read me, it'd be so frustrating if you couldn't get your point across. If you're trying to have a conversation with someone and they can't hear you, you're like, hey,
Yeah. Are you a shouter in general?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe when I'm at work, um, I have to raise my voice. Might be in a crowded room or at a gig with very loud PA and amps. So yeah, think so. Maybe I don't know.
Fair. I think I know what the answer will be for this one. I don't want to say in case I get it wrong, but would you rather have to use the same camera forever or the same computer forever?
I don't know, man. Um, does it degrade as it would in time? For example, with my lap. Right. Okay. I'd use uh I'd use the same camera. Are we including lens as well, or is it just the camera?
Just the camera, let's say.
Just the camera. Yeah, I'd use the same camera. Yeah, because my laptop is a nightmare. So yeah, use the same camera because it's working so far. I don't have the best equipment to be honest with you. Um, and that's just how it is. I think I'm quite content really. I'd like to upgrade, but yeah, I use the same camera. If you're talking photos, use the same camera.
Fair. I thought you'd say use the same camera for that reason, and just
Yeah.
that was just my feeling. I mean, how long do you change? I mean, how many cameras do you have? Do you have loads or?
In general, yeah, I've got a lot of cameras like lying about. Um, but obviously because I'm stretched between video and photo, um, there's and like with skating and music, so there's a lot of stuff that I have. Um, but yeah, in terms of like what I use at gigs and stuff, to be fair, it is a bit overkill. If you see me at a show, I usually have got like I've got first camera body for stills, second camera body for stills, video camcorder, and then my over the shoulder video rig as well, which is on the floor somewhere, which I'll go pick up. So it is a little bit overkill, but there's a lot to deliver now. You need to do a lot of stuff. So yeah.
Fair. And how easy, like, do cameras? I mean, hopefully they don't. But how, are they quite easily damaged or?
Yeah, if I'm not very delicate with them either, so I'm surprised I haven't had more go wrong. I smashed a lens at a show like about 3 months ago is the last time I actually broke something, and that was pretty gutting to be honest. But in terms of the camera body, the actual brick that you attach the lens and the flash to, it's pretty sturdy. But again, that's because I've got a slightly older one, which is built a bit more like a brick than I'm shooting software play and stuff, so it's like it's basically like a war zone. Do you know what I mean? You've got all these big, big men getting all their emotions out who are 3 times as large as me. Um, but yeah, I smashed this lens at K Nash show in Froome, and it was this really cool art lens that was sort of bronzy gold in color, and it was like I think it was Soviet or it was built to be like Soviet, or it might have been refurbished Soviet lens. Quite a random one, and somebody asked me for a set list after the show, which is pretty normal. And I sort of got out of the habit of giving them set lists because I just have a lot going on. But I thought, oh yeah, all right, I'm gonna give this person a set list. So I have all these cameras I just named on me, and I reach over to get the set list, and as I swing round, the lens just hits the stage, rips off the camera, and I just hear everything like shattering inside and floor. And the girl said, oh, that sounded expensive, and walked up. So that was the last experience I've had. I also had a flash break against my face at a soft play show, which was pretty funny. Like this guy, I don't remember how it happened, but I think this guy like was being particularly raucous in the pit, and I just like it was a great photo opportunity. I guess I just sort of like I think I beckoned him forward, like towards me to get this shot, and then he just sort of either he got pushed or he just barged into me, and he just hit my camera and the flash broke against my face, against my eye, and it shattered the mount that it attaches to the camera on. And it was the first night of the tour, so I had to then the next day when I woke up in Cardiff, go and find the nearest camera shop and buy the flash that they had in stock, whatever. Um, but yeah, there's only to be fair, like I know people that have had worse things happen at gigs, so I think I've been quite lucky with not breaking stuff. Yeah.
Fair. Do you have any do you have like insurance and stuff like that, or do you have to pay it on your own? No.
Nah, I'll be honest. I really should get insurance for my cameras, but I only just have enough to buy the camera. Do you know what I mean? But I will at some point get. I think what I'll do is when I upgrade, I'll do it properly, and I'll get it all insured. But the thing is, my kit, as much as it is a lot of money, it's not so much that it would be the end of my job if I've lost. And I've also got several bits to use, so you know. But I think I don't know what the insurance policy would be like if I'm shooting at gigs because I feel like if they check if I don't know really how it works to be honest, I'm not great at all that stuff, but I feel like if I had to sort of if they found out what I was doing with it, they would the insurance price would be quite high.
Dear, oh dear. No, fair. No, I mean, yeah, yeah, we'll talk a bit about that in a bit. But to do what you do, like around gigs, and like you say, like there's always that risk of things not going well. But I'm glad you've not had many of
Yeah,
that
it's been alright.
experience.
It's fine. I'm sure. I mean, let's not jinx it. Touch wood. It's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm touching wood here. Yeah. No, thanks for answering the switch rather questions. They were actually for you pretty straightforward, maybe apart from the camera or computer one. But yeah,
Yeah, they're all
nice.
right.
Okay, When the Clouds Will Drop Ladders by Valium Agaline. How does that link to the third song?
Okay, so the tune is "Be Still" slash "We Will Live Like Thunder" by the band Calm, Calm, and that links to Valiant Magaline because they share a drummer, I believe. I think it's the drummer they share, or they shared a band member. So they are connected, those two bands, and you can kind of hear it in the music as well. Um, and yeah, similar kind of era. Really cool album, that one by Calm. So yeah, that tune's great. It's quite like heavy. Um, I don't actually know what genre that would be. It's quite to be fair, that's like kind of early emo, I think. I think it's sort of in the emo, but it's mainly an instrumental and the drummer's really, really great. So that's why I like it.
Nice, nice, great. Be Still. We Will Live Like Thunder by Calm, the third song on the Full Circle. Right. I want to ask for some favorites. So just various favorite things of yours. So what's been your favorite photo that you've taken?
In within like music, are you looking for like do you think?
I tell you what, choose your favorite photo that no, your favorite photo you've ever taken, and then maybe we can think about music in a bit.
Okay, I have one that I could maybe say, but it's not out yet. It's coming out in a zine that I'm putting out soon. But yeah, basically it's a photograph I took on the street when somebody close to me was going for an operation and I dropped them off at the hospital and it was quite a hectic time and I was feeling pretty strange in general. And yeah, I just needed to have a walk around the city. I was in central. I'm not often in central London, and um, I was around where the British flags are. Um, and I just thought it was a pretty interesting looking street. And then this very businessman like Londoner just crossed my path, and I just shot a photo of him. But I love the sort of flash blur effect. And I sort of he managed to look a bit like a ghost. And it's a bit of a weird, eerie photo, and that's come out soon. So, but yeah, they're the images that I actually really like taking. I obviously love shooting music, but that is work. Whereas my hobby and my favorite thing to do is to go and shoot in the street, um, and just around daily life on travels and stuff. So that one, and I say in terms of a music one, I really love this portrait I did of Kate Nash in Frankfurt, which I just put on Instagram. That one of Kate is one of my favorites. I think like it's just a portrait before stage, and it was yeah, it was just really interesting looking spot. We're in this sort of middle of nowhere, 30-minute, maybe 20-minute drive from the nearest sort of town or near Frankfurt, I guess. In a sort of industrial. I'd woken up there, and um, yeah, it was a very cloudy day. It was just about to rain, or it just started to rain. Yeah, I just wanted to like capture like Kate's sort of wonderful bright red outfit in contrast to this sort of brutal, well, not brutalist, but this sort of like weird architecture that was sort of Charlie, like Nightmare Charlie in the Chocolate Factory sort of dark um background. But yeah, that's one of my favorites as well. I really like that one.
Yeah, these are some class photos. Yeah, really, really good. That first one is, yeah. I mean, it looks like that could have been like taken genuinely like in the 1930s or 1940s. Like,
Yeah, it's on film on quite a cruddy film camera, so that's what that zine is really. It's also quite a lot of grain, a lot of grays and dark blacks, not much white. Um, and yeah, I love that effect.
yeah, and I must admit, like, I've never, yeah. It- the hat, yeah, I'll definitely put this up, but the hat that he's put on as well, like, yeah, it's an interesting, yeah, yeah, really cool photo. Really like it. And yeah,
Yeah,
Kate Nash in color. Yeah.
he didn't even a lot of the time you shoot somebody in the street and they at least will notice that they're being flashbanged. But yeah, he just didn't even notice. He gave me a bit of a side eye as I took the frame, but just walked ahead, went on with his day. Um, yeah, I think he was on the way to a meeting or something. I don't know.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, so it's just so candid. Yeah, I love that. What's two favorites then? What's been the favorite gig that you've just attended as a fan, and what's been your favorite gig that you've worked at?
Okay, I'll answer the second one first because it's easier. Favorite gig that I've ever shot would be Manchester with Softplay October last year. Um, because during that tour, I was in a way still kind of figuring it out with my live photos. I'd sort of I knew everything about the videos that I was going to do. I was very confident in that respect. But the first few dates of that tour, I was still kind of figuring it out. I'd also just bought that new flash as well. I was talking about, and I think by just before the halfway point, I really felt like I was getting the images that I wanted. And the Manchester show was the best example on that tour of the images that I wanted to get from soft play. The energy of the room was arguably the best of the tour. The energy of the band was arguably the best of the tour. Everyone was just really feeling it. That's just the only way I can explain it. It was just a great room. And yeah, the boys were just like having it. Do you know what I mean? And like I was just getting some like every shot that I was taking, I was just like, this is all I've wanted to get. Like, and they're all like this. And I've used numerous amounts of those. I've used a lot of those pictures to this day to advertise or etc. But I crowd surfed to get some photos towards the end of the show, where I have quite a funny one of my legs out, but my phone fell out of my pocket and my glasses fell off my face. And um, I when I got pulled back over, it was the last song. It was the Hunter, which is one of their biggest songs, and it's quite a foot stomper. So my phone was down there in the mosh pit, and my glasses were somewhere. And I got pulled back over. Realized quite quickly that my phone was missing. I couldn't feel it in my pocket. Continued to shoot the end of the song, and then immediately kind of freaked out, kind of crashed out. To be honest, I was like, "Oh, God, like I didn't have an iCloud backup. I had all the videos from the tour. I've got stuff to do on my phone on tour. It's a phone. It's my glasses. I need to see. Somebody nicked the phone and then I texted it from my friend's phone, and they responded. So they were logged into my phone. I have no idea how. It must have been logged in when it fell out of my pocket. Don't know. And they responded, and they tried to walk out with it, and I kind of protested and ended up managing to meet him and get it back. But it was in a complete state. In fact, I've actually still got that phone. If you look at the state of this phone from what that mosh pit did to it,
Ooh.
but yeah. And then my glasses were found, and they all when they broomed the thing, they were found in about 3 bits, and I taped them and wore them for the rest of the tour, and then I lost them finally on the last show. So, and then, yeah. So that was my favorite gig I said shot because a lot happened. As much as it was, I lost my stuff or whatever. It was like really fun and like, yeah, I think like I look back at that as a really, really good one. And I got some of my favorite live pictures I've ever taken. And I think I will ever take at that show, even if I get better ones. Like the my like naivety at that time was kind of cool with some of the ways I was shooting were not necessarily the way you should do it, but I was getting images that maybe I wouldn't try and get now. But yeah, Laurie's always pulling some crazy shapes and doing stuff. So I got some really cool stuff at that show. Yeah, that one was really, really good. What was the first question again? The first question?
Your favorite gig that you've
Um,
attended.
that's a really hard one. I mean, first of all, I've seen some amazing upcoming bands in London, friends of mine. Shout out My Tiny Room and Uncle Junior, like some really good underground gigs. But in terms of like best gig, I saw the Prodigy 2 nights in a row when Software was supporting them, and I wasn't shooting, or maybe I was shooting, I don't remember, but I wasn't working the Prodigy, and those 2 nights were amazing. They Some of their music I've been listening to since I was, you know, at knee height or whatever. So yeah, and I'd never seen them before, and it was the first tour back without Keith. And they did this quite cool and emotional thing where they had a statue that lasered through his eyes to the back of the room, cut out Keith's outline of his head and his hair. Um, and yeah, that was like really good. It was really, really, really good. And that's definitely a dream job to work with them. But I'd say the Prodigy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's lots of other gigs that I really love. I just can't think right now. Seen some great acts whilst working at festivals, but nothing that like really. The Kneecap show I shot. If I wasn't shooting, I would probably say that just because of how iconic that day is. Like with them doing that show with what happened, but I can't say that obviously because I worked it. But yes.
No, fair. Yeah,
What
no,
about you?
sorry?
What about you? What's your favorite gig you've ever been to?
Oh, dear, oh dear. No, I like asking the questions.
It's
No,
hard. It's actually really
that's
hard.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I'm not saying this because, because you're on the show, but when we saw Soft play at the Underworld last year, well, that Glastonbury show, I mean, was incredible. Like, that was just so the first time we ever saw them was so cool. Then the Underworld, that was fun. We recently saw 21 Pilots, who I never saw before, who are really fun.
Where was that?
Um, that was at the O2.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm a massive fan of Linkin Park.
Mhm. I
I've
saw that on your Instagram, I think. So,
yeah, they played Hybrid Theory in full at Download Festival in 2014 or 2015, and that was something special. You're right. Now that you say it, it's too difficult to sort of pin it on one gig. I mean, I went to Chester's last show in Birmingham before what happened, the lead singer of Linkin Park before he ended his life, and yeah, that's such a bittersweet moment as well. So yeah, there's so many gigs over the years that I've absolutely just loved, and there'll probably be a favorite future gig. It's
yeah,
um
yeah, for sure. But I think some of my favorite gigs are like the low key ones that I go to in London though, that my friends put on, to be honest. Like, but I just don't know which one I'd pick out of them, which is why I didn't pick them. But that's the music, that's why I enjoy more is going to those, the intimate ones. But there's a band called Uncle Junior that pals of mine that I've done some photos for and stuff. And they're unreal. So any show of theirs is pretty good. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I think Prodigy one's a good answer. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head that it's weird going to a show where you have listened to their tunes all your life. It was really weird. It was kind of like, okay, this is it now. This is actually who they are. I can see them. Although I think I'd lost my glasses by that point. Maybe I don't remember. Maybe I couldn't see them. Who
I was
knows?
going to say, well, you're not wearing glasses now.
Right. So this is the thing. Wait, where else? I don't know where my glasses are. Brilliant. Well, so when I lost them on that tour, I didn't get them. I'm so ADHD. I'm so terrible with organization and keeping on top of things that I didn't get glasses. That was last October until a week ago, this October. I haven't had glasses for 1 year, and I didn't have contacts either. So I've been touring around Europe in foreign countries without glasses, and I've been like living life blind. My eyesight isn't that bad, but it's been weird wearing them again because um I can now before if I was speaking to you and we were having a conversation sat side by side or over dinner or something, I'm looking at you and that's all I can concentrate on because everything else is out of focus. Whereas now I can see everything and it's kind of horrible. I can there's too much going on in my day-to-day life now. Um but yeah, I've got glasses now. I actually finally got my act together and went and got glasses. So yeah.
Nice. Wow. Okay. Maybe yeah, it shows that maybe you don't actually need them. I don't know.
Well, my eyesight got better as well when went for an
Yeah.
eye test after not wearing
Oh,
them for a while. So yeah, yeah.
that is very unusual. Okay, that's good to know. Maybe I'll try that. Although I think I wear contacts and I do wear glasses sometimes, but I think my eyesight's I think I wouldn't be able
I
to see
wouldn't
anything.
recommend it. It's not good when you're looking for a train time
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
anything like that. You know what I mean? Or if someone waves you across the street and you have no idea who it is, something like that happens. Yeah.
That genuinely happened to me. Someone I thought I recognized but didn't know who they were, or maybe I did know who they were. I was squinting. I was absolutely squinting because I didn't wear contacts back then, and they thought I was giving them the absolute evils, and they told me afterwards. They were like, "Why do you not like me?" And I was like, "Oh,
I
sorry."
can't how many times it's happened to me and I didn't even know it. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like at gigs especially. Like I don't know who's looking at me or who I'm looking at, to be honest. I just sort of recognize the outline of my mates, and that's it. You learn to sort of recognize the way people walk, to sort of know who you're walking up to. It's weird. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you can have 20/20 vision again. Right. Would you what's your favorite this is going to be tough, and you've achieved so much already. It's absolutely incredible at your age. What's your favorite like life moment or life achievement?
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't thought about that before. Shooting that particular kneecap show Blasphemy was really special, but I don't feel like that's my life achievement, but that's definitely up there. I think like in general, being able to live in a flat with my mate in London after dropping out of school and university and somehow shooting enough music to support it is like my sort of achievement. That sort of like is it for me. Um, a more interesting answer would obviously be something like playing a Glastonbury, but like the reality is like just actually being able to do what I like want to do. As much as it's stressful being freelance and young, etc., etc. Yeah, being able to support myself doing something that I enjoy is kind of the whole point, right? Like that's sort of it. That's the goal. So it's working so far. I'll see how it goes, but yeah, I'd say that's sort of my achievement. And yeah, just being able to continue to like move forward and like keep the ball rolling and the cogs moving and stuff. And it hasn't really settled too much yet. Yeah, I'd say yeah, being able to support myself so far, um, following in footsteps that I look up to, um, and yeah, I'd say that is that a right answer?
Perfect. That's
Is that
absolutely
all
spot
right?
on.
Like, is that boring? I think that's just sort of that is the whole point, really, isn't it? So
Not boring at all. I mean, actually, that the fact that yeah, you're able to do your passion and do what you enjoy and be able to like you say, like live on that. I think that's an
Yeah.
incredible achievement. Especially, I mean, like just remind me, you're 20, 21, 20,
Yeah, I'm 21. Yeah, yeah.
21. Yeah, I mean I mean to do what you've done at that age. I mean that is incredible, and you're so young. Like there's so much ahead of you. It's just
Yeah.
incredible.
That's why I don't know how to answer it yet because I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I so far it's working out. And that's what I'm most proud of, I think. But also, like, I've had great support from friends and family and people I work with, and like, been given opportunities, and it's all luck of the draw, really. And met Isaac at the right time, blah 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 blah. It's all happened really quickly and strangely, perfectly. So, but regardless, yeah, that's what I feel best about, I think.
Fair. And that's true. Like, like you say, like right place, right time. But you've also made your own luck in the sense that, you clearly are a very well accomplished photographer. They were interested in your photos and you get along. So you do make your own luck in that sense. So I think also you've done really well. You've worked really hard to get to where you've got to as well.
Cheers. Yeah, I think also like it's important for me to remind myself that I haven't even nearly. I feel like I haven't even really begun. Like I don't really feel like I've reached the point that I want to be at yet. Like I feel like I'm still climbing, and I'm not ready to sort of settle on where I'm at now. So I've got plans. I've got things that I want to do, places I want to go, as we've spoken about. But yeah, like as of right now, I'm really stoked that I'm able to be here right now. Until something terrible happens, and then it all goes.
Hopefully that won't happen. And good on you for having those ambitions. And yeah, I know that you're very hardworking, and I know that you will get there. Thanks for sharing those. So we've done three songs. Yeah. So how do we link "Be Still, We Still Live Like Thunder" by Calm to the fourth song?
It's not the greatest link, I'll be honest with you, but uh, the next song was recorded onto tape, just like the last one was. It is For Tomorrow by Smoking Room. So that is the project of the solo project of the drummer from Lambrini Girls, the touring drummer from Lambrini Girls. Um, and it's so cool. I'd love to make music like that. It's really, really good. Um, and yeah, it was recorded on tape, which is why it sounds so good. But so was Be Still, We Will Live Like Thunder. Obviously, that was more because it was of the time. It was actually in the 90s, etc. But yeah, that's the link. That's what I've got
No,
for you.
nice, solid link. "For Tomorrow" by Smoking Room, the fourth song on the Full Circle. Right. Let's talk about your Glastonbury moment. So,
Oh,
so we were at Glastonbury in 2024. Yeah, 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 yeah. We were in Glastonbury in 2024, and we saw Soft Play, and we were just like, "This is so good." We listened to a lot of their songs before going to Glastonbury. We hadn't really known much of their stuff before, for being honest. And
yeah.
one of the songs before seeing them, which really was just like, well, this is such a powerful song, is "Everything and Nothing." I really, really, really love that song. That's one of my favorite songs of theirs. And when we were at Glastonbury, we saw you. We were like, oh, the cameraman. We didn't know who you were. Like, in all honesty, we were just like, oh, the cameraman's now doing the drums. Yeah, like what's going on there?
Oh, stupidly long mullet walking out.
Yeah, and it was just like, what is happening? And it was so cool. I mean, did you? I mean, like, was that planned? Like, what happened there? Like, talk about that. Like, that's just something that's remarkable.
Laurie messaged me and said yeah, they needed someone to play drums on that song at that gig, and just said you came to mind. I think they were trying to keep it close friends and family of the project, and literal family as well. But yeah, we had me on drums, we had James Grant on guitar. He is the drum tech for Soft Play, great friend of mine. He also is a fantastic producer. We had Jolien Thomas, another amazing producer, a good friend of mine who produces Soft Play's work, and he was on acoustic bass, I think, or bass guitar, I don't remember. And we had Laurie's brother-in-law on violin. So yeah, it was a cool little tight knit group of us, which was really fun. Um, and obviously I said yes because who wouldn't? And yeah, it was pretty weird experience. Like, um, I kind of blacked out a little bit. I feel like also like the perspective from me is going to be different from maybe someone else who played it because I was particularly nervous about it, and I don't think anybody else really was. I don't think. I think for some reason I just felt particularly nervous and like it was important. When in reality, you know, it's not. You know, it's fine. It didn't. It doesn't really matter what happens. But we had maybe an hour or 2 hours of rehearsal. Um, where to be honest, I didn't really know how to play the song. And that was a bit techie. But just because it's the standing up drums, and also you've seen Isaac, he's hench, he's massive, and he uses these massive drumsticks, which he holds backwards as well to be even bigger. So to make a loud noise on those drums is like you have to kind of actually whack them. But my hands aren't even big enough to really grip those sticks for that long. You know what I mean? Like my wrists will give out. So I was using my own sticks. I was trying to figure out the technique. He's shorter than me as well, so like the drums are set up for him. So I was sort of figuring that out. Um, and then yeah, we on the day it was a pretty like I came into the festival and I think Isaac had already been there. I think the band, both of them had already been there, and the crew had been there. I think so. Everyone was feeling a bit ill or a bit tired, whatever. And I sort of walked in, but you take those shuttle buses to Best Street from the station. So I was on the shuttle bus, and yeah, I like was started crying. So like I don't know, it was super weird. Like I think I was so tired. I'd got up like pretty early that day to make it down from London. Um, and I don't think I really slept the night before. Again, like I don't even think I told the band this. I was just so nervous. Like, I've played in front of maybe 50 people at venues with my band, etc. So, yeah, I was very nervous. Started crying on the way there. It was really funny. Like all the people on the bus must have been looking at me like, "Who's this guy who's like crying on the road to Glastonbury? Like, cheer up, mate! Like, what are you worried about?" But yeah, I don't know what else to really say about that. It went pretty well. I think I kind of played it a bit slow, but who cares? It is what it is. Um, as I said, I kind of blacked out. Like I think I was so anxious about getting it right for Isaac and Laurie. That was what's really important. Is it's that tune on that day and it's televised, and I was just really trying to concentrate. And there was one moment where I did kind of look out and try and sort of take it in. Because as someone I'm never going to be in a band that gets to do that. That's very, very lucky to have been able to play on that stage. It's not going to happen again. So I thought, oh, I'll try and sort of take this in. But as soon as I did that, I kind of messed up on the drums because I was just a bit all over the place. But um, yeah, great moment. And then it was really special. Like as soon as I came off, I then felt such a relief, um, and such a like feeling of excitement, that I just went straight to the pit and started shooting photos. Like I just went straight in. Crowd all super sound, like they all obviously just been up there, so they all like tapping in the back, blah blah blah. Really, really nice about it. Um, and that was a really cool feeling. And I had that stupid mullet at the time though, so that's on YouTube now. That ridiculous haircut. That don't know who let me go out with that, but yeah, it was a good day. It was just like a good day of like mates and like family and it's Glastonbury. It's my first Glastonbury. To be honest with you, I think that was the first festival I ever took photos at. Was that Glastonbury? Um, so it's all round cool experience. But I had to shoot straight after the gig. I had to go back because I had to shoot the next day. So I didn't get to actually fully immerse myself in Glastonbury. Um, but yeah, really, really special day. And it's cool that you were there as well. There's been some random ones where I've like, yeah, I some guy in like the biscuit aisle in like a Tesco in Leeds came up to me and said like, "I saw you on telly the other day." That's the way I was like, "What?" It's really random ones. I think it was because of the hair. It was like quite recognizable, I guess. But yeah, it was sort of nice, like to be involved. It's just really, yeah. I'll reiterate, very nice of Isaac and Laurie to let me in just a little bit, you know, um, and because yeah, they could have chosen a whole, from a wide array of drumming mates to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of people. So I felt, yeah, really like, yeah, close to them at that point. It was really nice. Like it was just like, yeah, it was just nice. It was good. And I'd do it all over again if they ever asked me again. 'Cause,
Wow,
Uh,
fingers crossed.
uh, but yeah, we also did like a Radio One or some sort of Radio Made Avail session as well, which was cool. That was nice because that's quite a iconic studio. So that was a good experience as well. As a drummer, to be able to go and do that. But yeah, I think it's up there with one of the coolest days I've had. I'd say I don't know what else would top it, but yeah, really cool. Really, really cool. It was nice to see all my mates as well, like watching it at home and stuff. That was really special. My mum sent me a photo of like a bunch of my friends at her mate's house, like watching it, which is very weird. But yeah.
No, yeah, no, thanks for sharing that. I mean, of course, yeah, the nerves must have been there, especially if you knew it's gonna be on TV and it's a big crowd, and yeah, I'm sorry it was a bit nerve-wracking to begin with. But
Weird, I mean, part of it, isn't it?
yeah, but when we saw it, I mean, we loved it. I mean, yeah, I mean, we didn't think it was slow or anything like that. It was spot on, and it was just seen it on YouTube since. We're like, oh yeah, yeah, that's so fun, yeah. And then, yeah, a few weeks later, I think it was literally like 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, 'cause we live really close to the Underworld as well. So we went to the Underworld and they were like, "Oh, that's," and then we were loving it. We were just like, "Oh, that's who play the drums." I mean, obviously, didn't know you
Yeah,
back then.
that
And
was a really
then,
good one, the Underworld one. It was, I think, the sweatiest gig I've ever been to today. My cameras were literally soaked, like actually, like I dunked them in water. It was mental. So yeah, that was a weird one.
yeah, I remember that, and it was a very hot one. We also, I think I don't, would you have shot the one at the Village Underground? So I went to that one this year as well,
Yeah, well, the
the War Child one.
War Child one. I did that one too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That was a good
yeah,
one.
and
That was a really
yeah, and then we were also very fortunate to get tickets to that one at the Adidas store, and remember
Oh
seeing you
yeah,
there,
mate, I
getting
didn't.
people out the way.
Yeah, yeah. That was a good one. That was a bit of a laugh. That I've actually got those shoes somewhere. I was wearing them today. Yeah, that was a good show. Very tight in there. Uh, but yeah, that's cool that you were there. Nice one.
Yeah, I wonder how it felt as a photographer being, but yeah, I was very, very tight, and there was times where people were moving around, and I know one person in particular was getting in the way, and I could see that, and I think there was like, yeah,
I mean, we're all there, aren't we, doing our own thing? So I can only nudge people a respectable amount. But yeah, it was good. That was really fun actually. I was doing a video, I think, as well as a few photos. Little bit stressful, but you know, business as
yes, I
usual.
think I think I remember seeing that video. It looked really cool. I mean, is that do you primarily do photos, or is it a mixture of photos and videos?
It's a mixture, but I'm trying to brand myself as a photographer now. I started doing videos, and I only started shooting photos like at the end of 2023, like December 2023. So really, the first photos I took were 2024. So and the first touring I did was middle way throughout that year, and then the first big tour I did was the end of that year. So it's only recently I'm really really happy with the photos I'm getting, and now I'm trying to brand myself and not take as much video work and trying to get more photo work. Um, because yeah, it's just more fun. It's easier. It's easier and it's less equipment and it's more fun because it's new for me. It's still newish.
And would you work with like, can anyone get in contact with you, or is it like a specific, oh, I want to focus on this or on that, or
No, anyone can get in contact. it's rare that I would turn down a shoot for any particular reasons. Um, Only if I'm double booking myself. Yeah, so I work with. It's not just music. I do all sorts of random stuff as well. I just don't usually post about it. But I did like a sort of fashion event the other day. Um, and yeah, like all sorts of random bits and bobs with different people. So yeah, anything really, anything that I can go and shoot. You know,
No? Fair. Well, if anyone needs their photos doing or get
let
in
me
touch with
know.
Jude. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, thank you so much, Jude. Let's wrap things up. How does Smoking Room for Tomorrow link to the last song on the Full Circle?
They're both bands primarily based in Brighton.
Nice.
So this last one is The Burning Sea by Tina Kit. Tina Kit. And that tune is unreal. Um Tried to have the whole five of them kind of sound similar vein. So if someone likes one of them, you're gonna be into all of them. But yeah, it's proper good tune. I don't know what else to say about it. I saw a live, great band. They disbanded now, unfortunately, but kind of like power poppy, emo-y tape stuff. It's good. A lot of ish stuff, this playlist. Of I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, like
No,
yeah.
nice. Nice. I'm looking
How
forward
much
to,
music that
to, to
I'd like to like. I'm in two bands, but like there's still a lot of music that I want to make. I think a lot of these tunes like represent the kind of stuff that I want to be putting out, but all in good time. I'm still young.
Nice. Tina Kit, The Burning Sea, the last song on the Full Circle. How does that link back then to Ugly Brunette?
Yeah, they both give me precisely the same feeling. Like they like feel like they complement each other more than other songs usually do. But they're vastly different as well. It's hard to explain. Just check them out next to each other, and then maybe it will make sense. Maybe it's just me. Maybe that's just my brain. But yeah, two great tunes.
No, nice. Hence completing the full circle. Yes. Thank you so much, Jude. Amazing. Amazing. Before we wrap things up, tell a bit about your bands. What are the name of your bands so we can check them out as well?
Caledonia, which I'll type into here now with a lowercase c, and that's a shoegazy grungy band. Um, and we've got some music on Spotify. We've got an EP called Palette of June, which is out. Playing a show 9th of November at the George Tavern. And then got a band called Sevi Verna, which is kind of I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a hardcore emo band, really heavy band. And we're playing a bunch of shows coming up. So I don't know. We're on Instagram and stuff, but no music out yet. Soon we're talking about it. So shout out
Wow.
both two projects. Check them out if you're into that kind of stuff.
Yes, I definitely will. It sounds yeah, you keep yourself really busy. That's fun. Very fun.
Yeah, mate. It drives me mental not doing anything. I can't do it. I don't know what it is about me. I must be something to do with ADHD or I don't know. Hate to label that, but still, it must be something to do with that bit of my brain. If I mean, I can't. It's not even in it. I can't do nothing. It's just not possible. So yeah, I think I've got a good level now of like being busy enough where it's like there's always something going on. But anything else, like if I joined another band, which I was thinking of doing, but if I joined another band right now, it would be like just too much now. But because it's hard to juggle two bands and a freelance job, and having a life as well. So yeah, yeah.
No, fair play. No, good on you. No, thank you so much, Jude, for coming on. I really appreciate it. I love hearing your stories and yeah, talking a bit about your photography and about music and about your bands and just life in general. Was there anything else that you wanted to share, or just let the Full Circle Nation know before we end it?
Don't know. Hello. Uh, maybe I have a website. which would be cool if anyone wanted to go take a look through some work of mine. It's Jude Harrison photovideo.com. Check it out. There's something weird going on with the link, so you gotta actually put it the URL in. Just look up that link. Lots of bits on there to check out. And yeah, if you see me at a show, come say hello. Come say hello. I might, but I'm always up for chat. I love meeting people, so yeah, come have a chat and ask me anything. I'm friendly, I promise.
Amazing. I certainly will. I certainly will. Uh, Dude, thank you so much for coming on the show. Really, really appreciate it.
Pleasure. Appreciate you having me.
Thank you.
Nice one.